Hi guys, welcome to our third podcast episode. Today we're going to be talking about the Belgian Grand Prix and some news and our predictions with that. So with that, it's mics out and away we go. Okay. Do we want to start with news first?
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that I have is that Kimi Antonelli said that he doesn't know if he's ready for an F1 seat yet. And I don't know, I think that's like smart on his part. Because
I totally agree, by the way. Because he's not ready. I mean, yes, he's a good driver and he's one of my faves in Formula 2, but he needs more time.
Yeah. And especially for being as young as he is, I feel like it's smart for him to know where he is,
exactly. What do we think about Esteban Ocon going to Haas?
I have questions and some answers, maybe.
I feel like that was expected from my point of view.
Yeah.
That was so expected.
Mm-hmm.
But I still had some hope that Logan would go there. Maybe someone else.
Prayers for Ollie, honestly. ST is a good driver, but him as a person, I don't know. Something just... I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I honestly was one of the people who were blaming Esteban for being a bad teammate. But then I remembered, chill. One of my favorite drivers was also a bad teammate in the span of 2014 to 2017. I'm not going to say names, but a lot of drivers are bad teammates. So that's not a valid reason to hate Esteban and say prayers for Ollie. But I just wished a better teammate, maybe, like Kevin Magnussen. But I don't know.
I know I wish that stuff with Kevin.
Yeah.
From what I've seen that Esteban and Ollie have gotten along so far.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Both of them, actually.
I have a hot take because I honestly think Ollie and Esty will be fine just because Ollie is newer in F1 so I think Esty will take that into more consideration compared to as if he was a more experienced driver like him and Pierre, even though they've been clashing for forever, but
Yeah,
I see that
to be
now.
honest, same.
Now, yeah.
I see they're gonna be okay.
I hope, especially for Ollie's sake. I hope he has a
at
good
least for
rookie.
the first season.
Yep.
But I seriously I really wish Ollie has a good rookie season, and yeah.
His first F1 race, I don't think could have gone better than it did.
Exactly.
He did so well.
Yeah, he went out in Q2, I remember, and he finished in the points, which is really impressive.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He has more points than actual F1 drivers on the grid at the moment.
Exactly. At some point, he had more points in F1 than F2, which was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you see that they're gonna be the tallest team on the grid? Because S1's 6'1".
Yeah, they're both pretty tall. Yes.
I saw a TikTok.
I forget how tall some of them are. It's insane.
Albon is really tall, and in my mind he's short. I don't know why.
Yes. Okay, no. Alex does give short energy, and I forget he's tall. And then when I see him standing next to Lando, I'm like, what do you mean? That should be switched.
Alex, you're actually that tall. Okay.
Same with Lewis. I always thought that he was a lot taller, but he's actually 5'8" or something. 5'8", 5'9".
Wait, Lewis is literally my height.
Lewis
and
is
I might
5'9".
be slightly taller than him. He's literally, I guess, 4'9" or 5'9", or 5'8". And I'm literally 5'10".
I think I'm 5'6" or 5'7". I'm not sure. I know
my
height in metric.
I literally just want to see Yuki in real life.
I think I'm the same height as Yuki. I'm 5'2".
Yuki's
way
5'3".
taller than Yuki. It's gonna be so funny. Oh my god, guys, did you see his helmet? He's late.
Yes.
Okay. I love the Valorant helmet. It brings me back to 2021, 2022, and it is.
know. It's just so like out of the pocket, but like so nice.
It's
Yeah,
like a
I really
niche little group that
Yeah.
people enjoy it.
Like,
Didn't
guys,
take
how do we
EP
feel
for a
about the
Valorant
team?
guy though. Oh, go
I
ahead,
like,
sorry.
especially like as a Marvel fan, like I really liked it.
Yes.
I know, right?
But
Like, I
they
was
did
literally
miss the
screaming.
opportunity. Yeah, but they missed the opportunity of making Pierre's suit match the helmet.
Yeah, that would have been cool
Yeah,
if they
it would
did
have.
like
That
one
would have
Wolverine.
been iconic. But they did wear yellow underneath the suit, so that's
Yeah,
some point to
and
them.
I really
Like
like.
their livery and helmets make up for, you know, their
I don't know
current
about the suits.
situation.
I really like the slashes, like on their suit and on the car. Like I think
Yeah.
it's really.
Yes.
I don't know about the suits, but like the car, like it's so nice. I saw some TikTok that said they are like Alpine are like trying to make their livery like Ferrari to attract Carlos Sainz, and I was like, that's actually so real.
Maybe. Speaking of,
That's so.
where do we think that he's gonna go?
Oh my god, I
I
think
pray
Mercedes.
Mercedes. I pray
Same.
Mercedes.
Yes.
That's his
Great.
Yeah,
best option. Imagine
it's the
having
only
Mercedes as
logical
an
one,
option and
That's
yeah.
going to Williams.
Yes.
Why
Yeah,
would you want to go to a junior team of one of the top teams? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure they're willing to offer you however much money you want at this point. Toto is that desperate because Toto knows he's not going to get Kimmy, even though he really wants to, but Toto knows he's not going to get Kimmy.
yeah.
Toto really said it's either Kimmy or Max, and I'm like, you have Carl, by the way.
Like, okay, Max is already signed, and Kimmy says he's ready, so
It's going to be some last minute decision. Just watch. I'm going to be so
Yeah.
mad.
I don't watch Carlos not make a decision until like December. Like,
The last race, guys. Not even the last race.
Yeah.
Like January next year.
Like, I don't know if Carlos is hearing me right now. Please do something about it because your fans out here are literally losing their minds.
Yes.
I literally
Every
can't
time-
sleep at night. I just be thinking, where
And
the fuck
every
is
time I
Carlos
get a
going?
notification on my phone from the
Yeah,
F1 app,
same.
I'm like, it's Carlos, and then it's not. And I'm like, why?
The notifications I have right now are because of FP3 and the qualifying.
No, because I seen on Twitter that apparently Carlos and his like manager were spotted in a Williams like paddock or wherever. Like,
No. No.
please no.
Let
Please
that
no.
be just pure coincidence.
Maybe
I'm saying no because I'm delusional and want Logan to keep his seat.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
So
same. I
Me
really need
too.
Logan to keep his seat.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But at the same time, I really want to see Logan in IndyCar. I don't know why. I feel like he's gonna be amazing in IndyCar.
Yeah.
Logan with IndyCar, with Pato, with David, with Alex,
Oh my god.
with both
Yes.
Alexes. Oh my gosh. Like,
I know, especially if he knows people in Indy, so I feel like he'll be happier there. But like, I want to see him race in F1 too. Like,
speaking of people he knows in Indy, what about the whole Marcus Ericsson situation?
I don't know if it's true. Because like, how do you not talk to your employee? Like, how do you get any work done? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's really hard from like a business standpoint, like, not talk to your employee like at all.
no, I agree. And, I mean, did you guys see like Logan's response to that? He was like, "That is not true. Like he's just running it now." And I was like,
Yeah,
you kind of ate there.
yeah, he did. And like, I saw that just could be like for PR. Like, he could have
Mhm.
just say it, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there has to be some truth to it, but like to not talk at all is like really excessive.
Right. I feel like maybe there's favoritism going on there, and like James is favoriting Alex. but I don't think it's to a point where he's like not talking to Logan at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Like maybe like not as much, but like at all.
I don't know. I feel like the whole not talking like situation, I feel like it's just like he's not giving him advices like before. He's not like, you know, I
Yeah.
just feel like they are talking. It's just like not like how it was. But of
Yeah.
course they're talking. I mean, it's the driver and his team principal. Of course they're talking. How do we guys feel about Yuki Tsunoda getting a 60 grip penalty?
I saw the interview where he was like, oh,
Like, oh, Jesus.
his face. He was so cute. That
I
was
know,
very
right?
cute of him.
I'm actually sad, and let me tell you why. I feel like Yoki's gonna be terrorizing everyone, and he's just gonna cause chaos,
Oh,
and it's gonna be so entertaining.
yeah.
I don't know. For me, I don't
Like
think it's a big deal. I
Carlos
think he can easily get into the
predicted
points.
Yuki's villain arc with that C-squared game, the Yuki Tsumoda thing that they did a couple of weeks ago. I think we're gonna see it this weekend, honestly.
Yeah, he's gonna be so entertaining. I don't know. He's gonna get into the points, and if not points, I think he's gonna be at least B12, B11, something like that. And it's just
Yeah,
gonna be entertaining.
I see that. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of grid penalties, did you guys see that Max also got a 10th place grid penalty?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a recent Max fan, okay, I don't know. I was literally having heart attacks. I was like, I'm pleased by this.
It's just,
He'll get into the
I feel like
points,
we all
that's for
know.
sure, but I don't know. Will he make it to the podium or to get a win? I don't know.
A win is too optimistic, but a podium is quite likely. Like P3
Yeah.
maximum.
Yeah.
No pun
Yeah.
intended. Maximum P3, yeah.
I don't know.
Top
actually.
5.
The car is really like not being the Red Bull car we're used to. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna make like that much progress, but it's gonna be something big.
Yeah.
But he does have his Mad Max persona back now. It's
Yeah.
out more. It's like he's like the Hulk, basically. It's like calm, and then when something
Yeah.
happens, it like pops out.
I'm excited to see where he qualifies today.
Yeah.
That we where
It
he
all
acts.
depends on his qualifying results.
Yeah.
It's gonna be entertaining as well.
I agree.
Yeah, F1 is back. The F1 I remember as a child is back.
Okay, guys, I have a random question.
Okay.
Okay, if Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, and Michael Schumacher had the same exact car, and all of them are at their peak, and they were sent into a track, into a race, who would win? In your
Depends on the
opinions.
weather. If it's
Say
as
it
rainy
was-
as it was in Belgium today, it would definitely be Lewis. Or Michael.
Yeah, I agree. But like, if
But
it was
as a
just dry,
Michael
it's a
fan...
normal race.
Okay, normally.
I know, I want to say Lewis, but like, I feel like it'd be
Michael.
competition.
I think it
Like,
would be Michael.
really hard.
It's really hard, and like Sebastian and Alonso are not easy drivers.
Yeah.
But
like,
for my
Michael's
opinion,
like...
I think it's gonna be mostly a battle between Lewis and Michael, and
Yeah.
at the back it's gonna be
Definitely.
Fernando and Sebastian.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I
Sebastian,
agree with that.
But I still think Lewis would win. Any weather, I don't know.
I don't know if it's just because I'm a Lewis fan talking or
Same.
what. But
But
I'm a fan of
still
all
have
4 of them.
I still have Michael in the back of my mind. Like, he's an amazing driver. Like,
yeah.
he's literally one of the greatest, if not the greatest.
Yeah.
But like, speaking all of them at their peak, I think Fernando Alonso at his peak was literally like so good.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of Fernando, did you guys see that the reason that he was so mad in that video last week was because him and Lance got put in like a fake park for like the F1 movie. They couldn't do better lap times for quali.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I thought they were
why
done
would
filming.
we have a fake park for May in the first place?
I know.
Like,
And then to like
I-
make the mistake to put Lance and Fernando in there, and then they can't go back to get better laps. It's like, I would be mad too.
To be honest,
Oh,
Fernando is
definitely.
better than me. I would have like a more aggressive reaction
Yeah.
because the mistake came from the FIA. It's not from a team. It's not from from the FIA themselves, which is like, I don't know, like make it professional a little bit.
I see that they like just filmed in Spa, like Brad Pitt's character winning the Belgian Grand Prix. They
Oh
made
yeah, I saw that. I thought they were done filming because the movie comes out next year. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
I just hope it's good because I think they're doing a little too much here and there.
Yeah,
And the
especially with
fact that Lewis is one of the producers, maybe there could be some,
To be honest, the
actual.
only reason I'm gonna watch it is like Lewis is involved. That's the
Yeah,
only reason.
definitely. I don't even like Brad Pitt.
Team.
I like
Hot take,
I
but I
like the
don't like his
director. I like the
Oh,
director because of all the Top
yes.
Gun movies. So
Yes.
that's also another reason.
I agree.
do we want to talk about Alpine's principal leaving their Spa second year in a row?
Alpine in their flop era.
Yeah, I just think it came out of nowhere. Like, there weren't any
Yeah,
rumors or anything about it.
not at all.
The rumor was like the day before the day of, like, that's when it started circulating.
Yeah, and the fact that it happened, like, this is the second year in a row that this has happened. Like, it's like, what is going on at Alpine?
I bet Pierre and Esteban are making jokes about how at this point it's gonna turn into a tradition at Spa about them dropping.
Oh, if I was them, I would be laughing too, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. But actually, guys, who do we think is gonna go to Mercedes next year? Like, who are your options besides Carlos?
Carlos. There's no other option.
Logan,
There's no-
guys. Logan to Mercedes.
Oh, as much as I love Logan, like he's my comfort driver. It's
really hard, yeah.
I do see him in IndyCar.
Yeah.
That's like, he
I'm
doesn't
praying
have
for
a
that.
seat. Hold on, let me.
There's 5 of them.
I think K-Mag might actually leave F1.
Okay, so in my delusional mind, I think that Sebastian Vettel is going to be back into Formula One, and his comeback is going to be in Mercedes.
You know what? He's been posting a lot this week.
He's been posting
For what? For what? Like,
he really misses Formula One. Like, sorry, Sebastian, you're not going to fool us into this retirement whole thing. You just come back.
He's going to pull a Fernando.
I actually want to see his comeback in Mercedes, in Red Bull, and being teammates with Max Verstappen. And then we're going to have in Mercedes George Russell and Carlos Sainz, and Ferrari, obviously, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. And the McLaren boys. I think it's going to be such an amazing competition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bring back Sebastian Vettel.
Yes.
Or out from left field, guys.
What team is he going to be back at? I just want him back.
Yeah. Out of left field, guys. Valtteri back to Mercedes.
I've said this before. I want Mercedes to do that.
That would be iconic. Like, imagine the content.
I want to see
him and George.
George.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes. I'm glad we agree on this. I'm so happy.
I would be happy and all until I remember that he was actually teammates with Lewis, and I just want him and Lewis back, but then it's just gonna be him and George. Which is I guess the same because both of them are so funny and they're gonna have an amazing content.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be great teammates on track.
Yeah, they would. What do we think is gonna happen with Danny? Because I know there's been a lot of talk with him.
He was asked in an interview and he was like, I don't know. He was like, I don't remember the context literally, but I guess he said something like everything's like predictable.
Mm.
So like we could see him in Red Bull. I don't know.
I think he's
As
just
much
gonna
as I love
resign.
Checo, I want to see Daniel in Red Bull.
Yeah. I just love him and Max as teammates. Like, I love him.
Yeah.
Like, I think Daniel brought out the best version of Max. Like, in the videos that I've seen of them together, like, Max is so happy. He looks so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Daniel heals his inner child. That's why I love them.
Yes.
Yes, and even Daniel with Lando, when they were teammates, there was that big brother energy.
Yeah.
Daniel just like clocks with everyone.
I know.
Yes.
That's why I love Daniel.
I don't know. He just radiates positivity everywhere he goes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, guys! Pierre got P3 today in a free practice.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
but there was a red flag throughout most of it.
I
For like the
know.
good 40 minutes.
Carlos
what
didn't
else
even
was-
come out again.
Yeah,
Carlos
man.
didn't even come out again.
He went on he went in like a warm up lap, and then the checkered flag came out, so he went back into the
Yeah.
pits.
Yeah.
Like, most of them didn't come out again because I watched
Yeah.
They all
the
they all
last
Some
rushed.
didn't even
half
have
an
like
hour.
tried
time
rushing.
record.
Yeah.
Like
So-
I don't care. Pierre's P3. That's what I wanted.
Let's
Pierre
get Pierre in top
domination.
5. Pierre in top 5. Manifesting.
I think
Hopefully, Alpine gets points with this livery.
Double. Yes.
I can't have
Double
another.
points in
I
this
can't have
livery.
another DNF. I can't have another
No.
DNF.
No, let's just not say that.
It's happened too much, and I need.
And for Antoine as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is it just me or like everyone that wants Max to win in Spa? Because like
I know.
I really, really, really want him to win. I don't know.
Everyone
Me-
misses the Max domination.
Listen, as much as I want him to win, and I know there's been a couple of drivers that have won from like P20, because I had my boyfriend literally send me a link of it, because I kept saying the best Max can do is P3, 4 or 5. And he said, let me show you something. And he pulled up receipts of drivers that were in last place and ended up winning.
Yeah, that's actually like I don't think that's gonna be hard for Max. And
If he
especially that
does,
Spa.
definitely my driver of the day. Driver of the millennium,
I
if he
know.
manages.
I definitely think Max can get P2 or P3. Like, I have
Yes.
feelings. I believe in him.
I just hope he gets a really good qualifying result because then the penalty is not gonna be so severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then the maximum he can get, if he gets pole position, he goes down to P11.
And he can win from
And-
there.
And with what we've seen last week with Checo, P16 to P9,
Exactly. I think, yeah.
I predict a Checo comeback.
Yes.
Like, I want everyone in the top 5. Because I also want Checo in the top
Same.
5.
All 20 in the top 5.
Yes, exactly. 4 on P1, 4 on P2, 4 on P3.
That would be the dream.
Yeah. I also predict, and this isn't that far off from what I've seen last week and in the free practices, I smell at least one Ferrari podium.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Like, it's not talked about a lot. Last week, Ferrari did so good, considering
Yeah.
the streak they've been on.
Yeah. I definitely think.
They're slowly coming back.
Yes.
I think it's going to be Charles. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like
Charles
don't
and
know,
Max back together on podium.
Yes.
I would like to see Alex Albon up in the
Stop! Don't even get me started on Alex being on like the podium. I've been praying for Alex's podium since the start of the season,
I got
and
so
I'm just sure it's gonna happen because
P3.
everything unexpected happened this season. I mean, Charles won in Monaco. Everything can happen, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He broke that curse and started another one after it. Love you,
But-
Charles.
It's just like the Nico curse. It was broken, and now it's back.
Yeah.
But I feel like Alex is gonna get like P like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
What do we think will happen with Lance and Fernando? Because they were pretty good last week too.
They have potential to be in the points.
yeah,
I think they're almost always in the points.
yeah, they're always like somewhere between P15 and P9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Lance can get his car fixed in time to qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that,
Yeah, he
his
did.
crash was horrible. I was literally so scared.
Yeah, but he's okay. They said he's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's okay.
I saw that they said that he just got out of the car right away.
Yeah, he's fine, but it was something similar to Yoki's free practice crash.
Yeah.
That was kind of like anxiety filling, you know? You're like, oh gosh.
It was weird too, because my friend was asleep, but he woke up and he was like, "Are you watching like your racing right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he was like, "Oh, I wonder." He was like, "Oh, did anyone crash?" And I was like, "How did you know Lance crashed? Like, you were dead asleep right now, bro. What do you mean?" That was funny.
It's like, oh, Lance is going to crash. Like, I can feel it.
Oh, the F1 Commission meeting happened. It was the third one of the season. And I wrote down some notes about that. So for the 2025 season, they said that the point system will remain unchanged, but the minimum weight of the car and the driver will be up by 2 kilograms, and then testing is going to be 9 days over 3 separate events.
I think the testing is way better to be 9 days because like 3 days is not enough to understand the brand new car.
Yeah.
And they can look for separate parts as well in 9 days. Like focus a day on wheels, then on DRS, and like all the different parts in 3 days. It's quite chaotic, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially
And
the
if there's a
brakes.
sprint, yes, the brakes.
Ferrari always fuck up with the brakes. Like they always start off strong, but they somehow have a brakes problem. I don't know why. It's always them with the brakes problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think 9 days is going to be a lot better for the teams.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they doing it like at 3 different tracks though?
Yeah, like 3 separate events, they said.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be kind of tricky. Like, making sure they have all the parts that they need. All.
Yeah.
So guys, I have another random question.
Okay.
If you were asked to create your own like team, and you have to pick 2 drivers and a team principal, who are the 2 drivers gonna be, and who's the team principal, and your reasons?
Oh, with the reason.
Yeah.
I mean, my reason is going to be obvious. Because I like the drivers and the principal as well. Look, as a principal, as controversial as he is, I want Gunther. Like, that man
Actually, that's so
is
valid.
iconic. I love
That
him.
is so valid, by the way.
He, like, maybe he doesn't have the driver's best interest in mind, but I need some comedy in my team, okay? Like,
Yeah, literally.
he had a podcast episode this week, and these hosts asked him who the wankers were from the other episode, And he said, it could be McLaren, but then at the same time, it could be the drivers. And it sent me through a loop. I was laughing throughout. He's iconic. Like, him as my team principal.
For team principal, I think I would go for Fred. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like Fred is funny and, like, at the same time so professional. Like, he has this mix.
And he's everyone's fan.
Yeah.
He's a fan of every driver there.
Like, he grew on me since Miami when he celebrated Lando's win. He grew on me. I was like, that's my team principal.
I think
for the drivers, that's really hard.
For drivers, I would pick Lewis and Oscar, because Lewis, I feel like, would be a really good mentor to him, and Oscar, like, he has world championship. Like,
exactly. I think I would take Lewis because he's so talented and, like, he just knows about the sport. And I would take Carlos because he's really smart. He's, like, really, really smart. But, like, that's hard. I would take a lot of drivers. Like, if you ask me from retired drivers, I would take Nico Rosberg and Sebastian Vettel as teammates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would be like
1,000 times yes.
That's a good pairing.
Or, like, I'd take Logan just because I want him to have a seat. Like,
yeah. Our reserve driver.
Logan and Lewis.
As my drivers, it's difficult. Can I have all 20 in one team, but have them race against one another? I miss the Carlando era.
Yeah, same.
And they're both good drivers. They bring out the best in one another. Maybe that's just me being biased because I love Carlando. But if I had to be realistic, probably Max and Lewis. But I don't know how they would fare with Gunther as the team principal, though.
I was thinking that.
That would be such a clown show. So yeah, Gunther as my team principal. Max and Lewis as teammates.
If it's not Lewis and Carlos, it's definitely gonna be Max and Daniel. Because if it's not happening in real life, at least it's happening inside my mind.
Yeah. Yes.
I think for me, I would pick maybe like Max and Lance because I feel like they could get along. Because Lance is a solid midfielder, so he's not really fighting as much with Max. Still good.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Also, I think my team principal would be Toto because I just love him. Like he's such an.
He's a good team principal, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be mine. I'd have Oscar and then Lewis and Toto.
I was between Andrea and Fred, but after last weekend, I'm all on Fred.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andrea. Yeah.
Definitely not choosing Andrea after last week either. As a McLaren fan, he's a no.
Him and Zach.
Especially after last week.
I know, like...
I was sick and tired of McLaren. The team, not the drivers. I was so sick of them, honestly.
I saw someone saying that last year they were fighting for points and now they're fighting for championship, so it's not the same, and they don't know what to do. And I was like, actually, yeah, valid.
I feel like that's accurate.
I actually think they do have a chance of winning Constructors' Championship. Like, their car is phenomenal. But if they keep up with these strategies...
It's literally good in every single track.
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
But with their current strategy, I don't see Lando getting the championship this year.
I don't know. As a Lewis fan, I want Max Verstappen to win the championship, which is really weird. I don't know. It's really weird how Max grew on me this season.
Me too.
Like, I remember till Australia, I was like, no, Max is just a no for me. And then he just grew on me so bad. And now he's literally one of my favorites. Like, I never hated him, to be honest. Because I thought he's so misunderstood. And everyone is just hating him because he's winning. And I'm like, that's
Exactly.
not a valid
Because he's a
reason.
good driver. That's why he's winning.
Exactly. Like, everyone's like, it's just the car. I mean, Red Bull is having a
No.
shitty car now, and he is literally like carrying the whole team up his shoulders. So you can't say it's just the car.
And
And
tying
actually,
in with
in
this,
Silverstone, like, he told me that it's not just the car, because the car was literally so slow, and he ended up overtaking Lando and almost catching up on Lewis. Like, if the race had 2 more laps, Lewis would get P2. And that just proved me how good of a driver Max Verstappen is.
and tying in with this, the fact that people are now bringing up his sim racing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's
If
been
someone
a thing for so long.
That
it's
is like...
like, Helmet, you're the one who needs to sleep. Like, can you just leave Max alone? I mean, he's a 3-time world championship, and he managed this in Japan in Suzuka. He had a sim race, and he won the race.
Yeah, wasn't that the
This is-
24-hour marathon thing? No, that was
Yeah. He won
Imola, I
both of
think.
them.
Exactly.
I'm so pissed at them.
Don't hate on him for something he does all the time.
Especially if he did it before and he was winning. And now that
Exactly.
he's been
I think
complaining
that
for so long.
like they should focus on the car more than how they're focusing on his sim racing, because what is bad is the car, not his sleeping schedule. Like, and I actually hate how Red Bull weren't paying attention to how like bad the car was when Checo was complaining, and when Max said the car is like bad, they were like, oh. And they weren't even like paying attention to what Max said. They were like, no, it's not the car, it's your sleeping schedule. And I'm like, Red Bull, just go and see, just check the car. Just check the car, for God's
Thank
sake.
Yeah.
you. Yes, literally.
Yes. Someone said it.
If both of you are saying that your car is bad, like there's something wrong with it. You should get that.
Exactly.
Like, Checo is an F1 driver, by the way. You should take him into consideration. You should consider what he says by heart.
He's not saying it for no reason. Like if he's saying that there's something wrong with the car, then chances are there's something wrong with the car.
Exactly. And it pisses me off that everyone's like, oh, Checo's a bad driver. Like,
No.
hello. Literally, hello. Like, oh my god.
Like, in my opinion, none of them are bad drivers. Like,
Yeah.
if they were bad, would they be in F1?
Exactly.
Thank
Like,
you.
it's either the
Thank
car or
you.
the...
So,
Like-
it's definitely, if it's not the driver, it's the car.
Yeah.
And also, one thing I don't like about Red Bull is that they go and call out every team that is like outperforming them and be like, oh, they have like some illegal
Yes.
update.
Oh, like they're checking their
They sound like a very jealous girlfriend, if I'm honest.
It's like the jealous ex-girlfriend who's on the phone with her like
Yes.
ex-boyfriend all the time and telling him,
Yes.
oh my god, your new girlfriend actually did that and that. Like, oh my
Like-
god.
Oh, Red Bull. The
And they did
entertainment.
it twice this season. They did it to McLaren and to Mercedes.
Yeah, and Mercedes, yes.
Like, I
Red-
get that they are actually like scared of McLaren because their car is good. But are you guys really scared of the W15? Seriously, I can talk with them. This car, I wouldn't be jealous of Mercedes. Never, by any chance.
Red Bull is the Regina George.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
Then who's Katie and Gretchen? Like
Well, obviously,
Red Bull as
Ricard
well.
has to be one of them.
Yeah, because technically they are an extension. But they don't call out the other cars.
Oh my god, guys, did you see how Yuki signed the contract and he thought it's VCAR-B?
Yes! Oh, Yuki.
And he said that with his
Sweet.
great. I just know he signed that and he went to bed giggling and he was like,
And he's
I
like,
don't have to
hee,
be-
I have the next
He's so cute.
he's
Yeah.
so fun.
He's so underrated.
I know. I really like him.
Yes.
Him and Pierre as teammates, though.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
Don't get me started.
yes.
Stop. I need them as teammates.
Yes.
Sorry. Like, they were literally one of my favs.
Yuki to
Yeah.
Alpine?
Oh,
As if he just didn't
Maybe?
resign.
wait, that's actually... I can see that. But I don't think he would leave VKRB. I don't think he would.
Yeah, I don't
I
think so
think he's
either.
aiming to get a Red Bull seat.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
I think he deserves it.
Imagine Mad Max and Firecracker Yuki in Red Bull.
I
Oh,
would
God.
pay money. I would pay money to see that lineup.
Yes.
You have no idea.
Shut up and
That
take
would-
all my money.
Exactly.
All of it.
They would be such a good lineup.
Yes.
They can easily win any championship. Any championship. Drivers, constructors.
Yeah. I think when Yuki leaves VCarb, they should bring in Liam.
Yes. I
Liam
love
might be gone by
Liam.
then at that point. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Liam's tired of waiting.
Yeah.
And who's to blame him? I mean, he has potential.
I'm such a Liam fan, and it hurts
Yes.
me that
Yeah.
potential being lost and wasted.
No, I need him to
Liam to Merc.
No, I actually wanted Alex Albon in Mercedes because,
Yeah.
like, you have been there since 2019, which is, I don't know, like, can we just move forward to
No, like-
Mercedes?
Plus, Alex is a really good driver, and he deserves better than Williams.
He has
Exactly.
Stockholm syndrome at this point.
I need him to get out. Do we want to lock in our podium?
Yeah.
Okay. So who are we looking for P1?
Oh, I don't know. That's hard this weekend to predict, but I think it's gonna be another McLaren win.
Okay.
I agree.
I think Lando.
This is race
Yeah,
predictions,
me
right?
too.
I don't know. I wanted to say George, but George is just giving me a hard time. I'm not gonna say George.
Now, I woke up this week and I said, oh, this week smells like Lando Norris win again.
To be
And I'm
honest,
going
yeah.
to lock in
In a way.
Lando. P1.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a Lando P1, a Mercedes or Ferrari P2, and a P3. It's gonna be Max Verstappen.
I think Max is definitely going to get on the podium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I
Max
feel
is not.
I
If Max is not P4, he's gonna be P3.
I was gonna
Yes.
say Oscar P3.
I was gonna say Oscar P2.
Yeah, me.
Oh wait, I forgot
Look,
about
the
Oscar.
thing is, the way I wrote it down, I put only one driver in P1, 2 drivers in P2, and 3 drivers in P3.
That's
So I wrote
pretty-
Lando as P1, and I'm sending prayers and good vibes that the strategy works in his favor, like in Miami.
Yeah.
P2, it's either Oscar or Lewis.
Ooh, yeah.
P3, I put in Max, Lewis, or Charles. I want to see a Ferrari podium so bad.
I think if there's a Ferrari podium, it's gonna be Carlos. I don't think it's gonna be Charles.
I agree.
Charles
I feel
did
like-
so well in the practices.
Yeah,
And
was
I
thinking-
have high
Yeah.
hopes. I have high hopes for
No matter which one,
Mongarson.
I want a Mercedes or a Ferrari podium.
Yeah.
Yes. And a
It also
McLaren podium.
depends. It also depends on qualifying because right now the F2 race just got postponed because of the rain, and so
Yeah,
how
even
qualifying
the-
is gonna go for this might also
Look, if
Qualifying is
depending
wet,
for
our podium.
qualifying,
it's gonna be a Lewis Paul if the weather was wet.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. But I
If
don't think he will win though.
If Lewis gets
He
pulled,
got the pole, he's not gonna win.
Yeah,
I feel like,
Lewis pole, but not a win.
yeah.
Lewis P2, I think, for the race.
This season is so unpredictable.
I know.
And
Really like-
who do you think is going to get driver of the day?
Pierre.
I think it's Max. It's
I
either
have
Max,
3 in mind.
Yoki, or
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be between Max and Yoki.
I said Lando because it's Lando. He always gets it. But if it's a win, then he deserves it. I said Max because if Mad Max unleashes and he goes from like P11 to P3, I'm there for it. And I'm not a Red Bull fan. And I set Pierre for Antoine's sake, but only if he gets top 5. If Pierre gets top 5, I'm voting
He's
for him.
definitely driving today. I will vote him too.
Same.
Because as much as I want to vote for him because of Antoine, like, people are not talking about Lando's grandmother passing away. Like, I'm not going to give Lando driver of the day because of his grandmother. God rest her soul. But, so, you know, it's like a double-edged sword. Yeah. I don't want to give PT driver of the day. Like, I want to give it to drivers who actually deserve it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like already a popularity contest. Like, I want to not
like sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm voting for this driver, locking it in, and then Lando gets it and I'm like, what did he do?
I know, like,
except being there.
It feels like the one race he DNF'd and then he still got driver.
Yeah. In Austria.
But
like, are we guys being for real?
Well, listen. I did vote for him for driver of the day that week, but I locked in the vote before he DNF'd.
Yeah.
I think it was
like
everyone slept on how Oscar went from P7 to P2. Like, I think Oscar deserves it more, in my opinion. Like, that driver of the day, because he like made a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Like last week, if I didn't vote for Oscar because he won, which he deserved, by the way, both the win and driver of the day, I would have probably voted for Checo. Like, going up 9 grid places? Sir! I don't even like Checo, but Jesus, that was impressive.
I voted for Oscar, but if it was not Oscar, then it's probably George or Checo, because both did great.
Yeah.
Yes.
They both did really well.
I think we're going to have a Lewis podium this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Like, Lewis in general has been really good. Like,
my prediction for the podium is Lando P1, Lewis P2, and P3 is going to be either Max or one of the Ferrari boys.
I agree with that.
I have Lando P1, Lewis P2, and then Max or Charles P3. But I feel like Oscar can get on there too.
Oscar could be P2.
Oscar
yes.
P2.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah, I can't even.
I'll put all of them in P1. I don't care. They can all win the prize money, whatever.
Actually, I think George could get a podium too.
Exactly. It's so difficult to choose but we've all agreed that Lando is going to get the win.
Lando.
Yeah.
But if McLaren sabotage it again, I swear, I'm gonna fly first thing in the morning to McLaren HQ and I'm gonna wreak havoc.
Yeah. And I guess pretty much all of us said that P2 is gonna be for either Lewis or one of the Ferraris, right?
Yes.
Are we gonna lock Lewis or Oscar for P2?
I'm locking it for Oscar.
I think if it's gonna be rainy, it's gonna be Lewis
Oscar.
P2.
Oscar P2.
I don't know. I think if the weather is rainy, it's more of a Lewis luck for P2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. He thrives on wet tracks. Like, whenever it rains, I'm like, it's going to be a Lewis win.
Yeah.
Like, I associate him with wet tracks. He is the king of wet tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Then for P3, are we thinking Max or Charles?
Oh my god, I think both could do it. But I think Charles, because he's going to possibly start from the front and Max is going to start from really back. So I think Max is going to be P4.
Yeah.
And George Russell is going to be about P5.
Yeah, I see Max in the top 5.
Carlos. Yeah, P5 is going to be between Carlos and George. I see that. Who do we think is going to get pole today?
With the rain, Lewis.
Lewis.
It's raining so bad right now. It's
It's a
terrible.
pole, but not a win.
I think it's gonna be Lewis P1, Lando P2, and I think it's gonna be either Oscar or George P3. And in tomorrow's race, Lewis is gonna lose the pole in turn 1.
Yeah.
Or maybe
That
he
is a
could lead.
bold prediction. I see that.
Actually, Lewis could lead, and then he just goes into the pits and he loses P1 to Lando.
Yeah,
And
I
never
see that. That sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah. I really hope this is the right prediction.
Okay. So our predictions are Lando P1, Oscar P2, and then Charles P3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think good.
I also predict Alpine and Williams into the points.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I pray
Especially for
Alpine
Alpine.
points.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Wait,
in
I
their
actually
flop
think-
era.
If it's not Williams into the points, then it's definitely Daniel Ricciardo.
Yes,
Yeah.
V-carb.
Although he had a problem in the hydraulics today in the FP3, but I think it's gonna be fixed.
Oh, no.
Hopefully it gets fixed because I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe Nico back in the points. Like, seeing him in P6 twice in a row in previous races
yeah.
was...
Yeah.
I
God.
love Nico Hülkenberg.
Oh my God. Nico is really such an amazing driver, and he's not spoken about enough.
Exactly.
He is so underrated. Like, he deserves the hype.
Like,
Literally.
this is off topic, but it has to do with Haas. So a few weeks ago, they came to my country for a conference with Play and Go, which is one of the Haas sponsors. And I saw two girls that met them at the airport, and they were saying like how nice and down to earth both of them were. That they just radiated that sort of that fatherly golden retriever energy.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying about Kevin. Kevin is really such an amazing driver on and off track. I
Yes,
really love Kevin
he's so
Magnussen.
underrated.
Yeah, I really hope he gets to see it next year.
Same. Like, I don't know, I just love him and Nico, so I hope they go to Audi together.
That'd be the most funniest thing ever.
They have the chance
I'm
to do
laughing because I just
Really
saw
a
a
hot
post
take.
from a random.
Take, but as much as I love Joe, and he's literally my comforting driver, but I think he's not gonna get a seat next year.
The only reason
Yeah, I
that
don't
I
think so either.
would is because he brings in a lot of stuff. Like,
I
That's
don't know.
all.
I just don't think he's gonna get a seat next year. I think Valtteri maybe, but I don't think Joe will get. Actually, I want Jack in Alpine and Carlos in Mercedes, and that's it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. 100% agree.
I love Jack.
Valtteri in
I
Williams.
love Jack.
I'm sorry, Logan, but I want Valtteri in Williams.
Logan to IndyCar,
Yeah.
please.
He can drive for Prema over there.
We didn't mention before, and this is a sigh of relief for anyone who didn't want Carlos to join Audi, is Binotto to Audi.
Oh,
Like,
I'm excited to see how that goes.
I'm excited, but I don't
Yeah,
want to see
Carlos is-
Carlos there.
I can almost picture Carlos looking at the news and like, that's another no for another team.
Yeah. It's just Mercedes for him right now.
Yeah, I think that's his best option.
Please.
I think if he doesn't make a decision soon, he's going to start having to drive the safety car next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or work with FIA. Shake some sense into them.
Honestly.
Carlos, FIA president.
I see that
Yeah.
in the future.
I could get down with that.
Carlos for president.
Yeah.
Oh, amen. Amen.
I'll vote
Yeah, I feel like Mercedes is just better. Like, you should just go.
Mercedes
That's
has
his
no
only
other
option.
option than Carlos.
Just sign a
Mercedes
contract.
has no other option. I mean, they wanted Max, and Max is definitely not interested.
Yeah.
And it's just Carlos right now.
Yeah.
I think he'd do good at Mercedes, so I don't think, like, I think he should make, like, that offer.
To be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wonder who will get the Aston Martin seat after Alonso retires.
Oh,
Oh, Alonso is still in his rookie era, darling. He's never going to retire anytime soon.
Sorry. I don't want to be like
The oldest rookie out there.
He's gonna retire at 6
No,
years old.
all jokes aside,
I
all
I
jokes
want them to
aside,
take the seat instead.
yeah.
He'll retire when Seb comes back.
That would be iconic.
I don't even know like who would take his. I just picture Fernando.
Yeah, I can't
I
picture
agree.
anyone else.
Like, that'll be his seat until he dies. Like, he will not retire.
Yes,
Except
he'll be 80 with a K walker, walking to the car, gets help to get inside the car.
You know, he's gonna have, like, his electric, like, scooter, but it's gonna be, like, fit.
Yes.
His emotional support scooter.
Yeah.
He's like
And the
Dr.
nurse is
Nefaria.
driving on either side of him in case anything happens.
The safety car.
His scooter is the safety car.
Yeah.
Please, that would be so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for.
This is a good one, guys. This is a good one.
Yeah.
This was fun.
thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Look forward to our next episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know what else.